everybody, my name is Mars, you can call me MG if you would like, and today I'm going to be combining two of my favorite things, books that I want to read, and Critical Role. If you don't know what Critical Role is, it is an actual play D&D show where a bunch of voice actors, although the cast is now expanded, I'm not sure if everyone involved is a voice actor, but also they're just friends, sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. We are in the midst of the fourth campaign, which just started a couple of months ago, and it had this huge overhaul on the way that things were done. Specifically, there are 13 player characters, but they don't all play at the same time. They are split into three different groups: the soldiers, the schemers, and the seekers. Tried to say schemers and seekers at the same time, and it did not work, understandably. But we have just finished the first arc of the story with the Soldiers Table, and I thought it would be a really fun idea to talk about some books that are on my radar, specifically inspired by the characters from the Soldiers Table. So it's a little bit of thinking and matching up on my end, but I'm very happy with the books that I've put in place here, so let's just get to talking about them. So the first soldier we will be talking about is Thimble, and she is a fairy rogue. And the book that I have matched up with her that I want to read is The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherynne M. Valente. Catherynne M. Valente is an author I have been wanting to read for ages, and I've wanted to read so many of her stories. She's got a lot of short story collections, she's got a lot of novels, she writes across a bunch of different genres and age categories, very prolific, and I'm just so intrigued, so I really want to read a ton of her things, but this one I've specifically matched up with Thimble because it is about a girl who falls into fairyland, and she ends up getting into a bunch of shenanigans there, and Thimble is a fairy from the fairylands, and I feel like the main character of a middle grade book will tend to be a little bit roguish, so it kind of matches up on both ends there. Next up is Cadigan, and he is a human ranger, and for this I have put in Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. This is a story about a long retired group of adventurers who kind of get the band back together because the daughter of one of those characters has gotten kidnapped or something along those lines, and Cadigan, along with another character we will talk about later, is kind of this old retired adventurer, but now he's getting back into things again because new evil is afoot, and I think that it matches up nicely in that way. Next up we have Tyranny, who might be my favorite character from the Soldiers Table. She is a demon warlock, and she's just so funny, and I love her, and Whitney Moore is a wonderful addition to the table. She's been great so far. But the book that I have matched up with Tyranny is Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell, because I just think Tyranny would like to steal some tongues, and that's pretty much it. There's not really a stronger connection like there is with other characters. I just thought it was pretty simple there. Then we have Tyranny's partner in crime, Wikander Halovar. He is a human asterisk cleric asterisk. It's a little bit iffy on there. I don't want to give some spoilers, but I will tease you a little bit. The book that I have put for Wikander is the one that I know the least about out of all of these books, and that is Into the Labyrinth by John Bierce. Is that how that's pronounced? I have no idea. But this is the first book in the Mage Errant series. This is a series about a boy who goes to this magic school, and some shenanigans happen. He ends up apprenticed to this very odd mage, and more shenanigans happen. So it just sounds like a silly good time, and Wikander is, as with all Sam Riegel characters, quite ridiculous, but also quite profound, so I'm hoping I would get those same kind of vibes from this book and this series. And finally, the last soldier we have is Teor, and he is a Lionfolk paladin, and the book that I have put with him that I would like to read is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, the first book in the Stormlight Archive. This is a book that terrifies me. I have read Brandon Sanderson before and absolutely loved his works. I've read the first and second eras of Mistborn. I will be reading Tress of the Emerald Sea very soon. Very excited to read more from Brandon, but The Way of Kings and the rest of the Stormlight Archive books are all like over 1,000 pages long, and that is terrifying. but they do give kind of paladin energy to me. I don't know a ton about these books, but I do have a friend who posts a lot about them on Tumblr, and he's constantly like reblogging memes and like little analysis posts and things like that. So I've kind of like absorbed some of the vibes of the Stormlight Archive, and I feel like it gives the same kind of vibe as a paladin. So that is why I have put that there for Teor. That does mean that I cannot put that book for the other two paladins that we have in this group of 13 that you will see in future versions of this when I do the other two tables, because I do plan on doing that, but that's a problem for future me, I think. So there you have it. Those are 5 books that I am interested in reading, and I assigned them to the different characters. I don't know if I will get to these anytime soon, because I do have quite the hefty physical TBR and plenty of other reading responsibilities like book clubs and reading challenges and things like that, but hopefully I will get to them at some point in the near-ish future. We will just have to wait and see, but if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone!